Hello everyone. Today's our topic is phase lead compensator examples. In the last session, we will study about the different rules applying in the phase lead compensator using the root locus method. So first of all, design of phase lead compensator using the root locus. So the phase lead compensator is used to improve the transient response in terms of settling time, peak overshoot, rise time, damping ratio and the natural frequency. Okay, so this is the diagram of the location of desired closed loop poles in the S-plane. Here you can see that we can draw a SD point with the zeta line. Okay, so example number 1, for the unity feedback system with open loop transfer function, the transfer function is given g of s is equal to k by s square. We have to design a suitable compensator using the root locus such that the Ts, this is the Ts, the settling time is less than or equal to 4 seconds. MP, that means the peak overshoot, is less than equal to 20% and Ka is greater than equal to 2. So this data is given for this particular example. So we can solve this example step by step. So the step number 1, using the root locus method, we have to draw the uncompensated root locus of the given open loop transfer function of this system. Okay, so for that our transfer function is g of s is equal to k upon s square. Okay, so first of all we have to find the number of poles for this particular transfer function. Here the number of pole is 2 and the value of the pole is 0, 0 because in the denominator the term is s square. Now the next step is we have to find the number of zeros in the particular transfer function. Here there is a no 0, so m is equal to 0. The next one is we have to find n minus m, that means 2 minus 0 is equal to 2. Now the next step is we have to find the centroid of the system, and the equation of the centroid is summation of real part of the poles minus summation of real part of the zeros divided by n minus m. So for this our transfer function, the centroid is equal to, here the real part of the poles and the value of the poles is 0. So the summation of the 0 is 0 minus 0 divided by 2 and we can get the value of centroid is equal to 0. Okay, now the next step is we have to find the angle of asymptote. Okay, and the equation of the angle of asymptote is equal to plus or minus 2x plus 1 into 180 degree divided by n minus m. Okay, here the x is vary from 0, 1 up to n minus m minus 1. Okay, so we have to find the angle of asymptote and put the value of the x 0 and 1. We can get the angle of asymptote plus or minus 90 degree and plus or minus 270 degree for this particular transfer function. Okay, so this is the angle of asymptote for this transfer function. Now next step is in the root locus we have to find the value of breakaway point. Okay, and the equation of breakaway point is dk by ds, that is equal to 0. Okay, so our transfer function is g of s is equal to k by s square. So we can write the equation like this manner: k is equal to minus s square because we have to find the dk by ds. So to solve this equation we have k is equal to minus s square, that means dk by ds is equal to derivation of s square, that means minus 2s that is equal to 0. So we can get S is equal to 0. So the breakaway point, the value of the breakaway point is 0. Now we have to draw the uncompensated root locus in the graph. Okay. Okay, so k is equal to s square. That means the derivation of the k with respect to s is equal to dk by ds is equal to the derivation of minus s square is equal to minus 2s, that is equal to 0. That means we can get s is equal to 0. So the value of the breakaway point is also 0. Now we have to draw a uncompensated root locus for the given open loop transfer function of the system. So for that, in the graph we have to draw a real axis, this is the imaginary part of the system, this is the real part of the system. First of all, we have to draw the poles and 0. So one pole at s is equal to 0 and the second pole is also s is equal to 0. So we have to draw the pole 0 and 0. Then there is a no 0 in this transfer function. The central value is also 0. Angle is plus or minus 90 degrees. So this is my 90 degree. This is my 270 degree, this is my plus 90 degree and this is my plus 270 degree. So this is my angle and next is breakaway point, its value is 0. So this is my uncompensated root locus. Now the next step is convert the given design transient response specification into zeta and omega n to find the desired closed loop poles using the equation is st is equal to minus zeta omega n plus or minus under root of 1 minus zeta square omega n into j. So first of all, we have to find the value of zeta and omega n for this st value. So the value of MP is given and the value of MP is equal to 20%. And equation of the MP is equal to e raised to minus pi zeta upon under root of 1 minus zeta square into 100%. So simplify this equation, we can get zeta is equal to 0.45. Okay, now the next target is we have to find the value of omega n. So in the equation or in the example, they will given a cycling time and the cycling time is given is equal to 4 seconds and the equation of the cycling time is 4 upon zeta omega n. So here put the value of the zeta in this equation, 4 is cancelled out. So solving this equation we can get omega n is equal to 2.22 radian per second. So using the value of peak overshoot and the cycling time, first of all we have to find the value of zeta and omega n. Now put the value of zeta and omega n in this SD equation. So we can get SD is equal to minus 0.45 into 2.22 plus or minus in the bracket 1 minus 0.45 square into 2.22 g. So this is the SD point of this system. Now the step number 2, convert the given design transient response specific into zeta and omega, and for the desired closed loop pole, so we have to find the value of SD for using the zeta and omega n. Now the next step is, if the uncompensated root locus is not pass from the SD point, then apply a phase lead compensation and find the deficiency angle using phi p is equal to minus 180 plus summation of angle from the open loop poles to SD and minus summation of angle from the open loop poles to SD. Okay, so as you know, we draw a uncompensated root locus, so that the location of the poles is here. There is a value of the centro is also 0. Okay, angle is 90 and 270, and our SD point is located like here. Okay, so the uncompensated root locus is not passed from the SD point, so that's why we have to find the angle phi p. Okay, so phi p is equal to minus 180 plus here angle from the open loop poles to SD. Okay, open loop pole, value of the open loop pole is equal to S is equal to 0, S is equal to 0. Suppose this is my SD point, so we have to draw the zeta line to the pole and we have to find out this angle. Okay, and if we have to find this angle, the value of this angle is 117. So the summation of angle of open loop poles is equal to 117 plus 117, okay, minus the angle from the open loop zeros to SD. Here in the transfer function there is a no 0 in this equation, so we can put here minus 0, so we can get phi p is equal to 54 degree. Okay, now the next step is, if phi p is equal to 0, then there is a no need to apply a phase lag compensator or the uncompensated root locus is passed from SD. But this condition is not satisfied for this particular transfer function. So here phi p is equal to 54. That means phi p is not equal to 0. Then apply a phase lead compensation. Okay, so the next step is step number 4. We have to find the value of theta. And the equation of theta is equal to cos inverse zeta is equal to cos inverse. The value of zeta is equal to 0.45. And if we simplify this equation, we can get the answer 63.2 degree. Okay, now and the compensator 0 angle, we have to find the value of phi z, and the equation of the phi z is equal to 1 by 2 in bracket 180 minus theta minus phi p. Okay, so put the value of the theta in this equation, that is 63.2 minus the value of phi p is 54. So simplify this equation, we can get phi z is equal to 31.38 degree. Okay, now the next step is the compensator 0 ZC is located by the intersection of line from the SD with the angle reference line as the zeta line, and the real axis is shown in figure. So we have to draw a zeta line which is intersection from the SD line, and then we have to draw a angle phi z and phi p with respect to the SD line, and we have to find the value of zeros, compensator 0 and the compensator pole. Here you can see that the value of phi z is equal to 31.38 and the value of phi p is equal to 54 degree. So we have to draw a line from SD and angle is 31.38 and it is mid a real axis, so we can get the value of ZC and PC. So whenever we draw the line with respect to the zeta line, we can get the value of Z 1.2 and we can get PC is equal to 4.45. So how we can find the value of ZC and PC? So we can draw a reference line, a zeta line with the SD line, and then we have to put the angle phi z and phi p to this SD line, and this point is mid to the real axis. This point is known as the zeros of the compensator and the compensated pole. So this is the step number 5. Okay, now the step number 6. Find the cascade feedback control system and gain at the SD. So we can calculate the steady state constant at the SD point. If it is not satisfied as per the given specification, adjust the pole and zero or use to the phase lag compensator. So first of all we have to find the control system gain at SD. So our equation will become K. Here the one compensator 0 is 1.2, so S plus 1.2, and already the uncompensated pole is given, it is S square, and the compensated value of the pole is 4.45, so S plus 45. All the poles and 0 are located in the left hand side, that's why the equation will be S plus. If it is located in the right hand plane, so we can write here S minus 1.2. Okay, so this is the equation of GC of S. Now we have to first find the value of gain K, and the equation of the K is equal to pi vector length from the pole to SD and the pi vector length from 0 to SD. So again we have to go through the graph. This is my SD point, okay, this is my 0, 1, 0, this is my 1 pole, okay, and this is my again 2 pole. So we have to find this vector length, okay, and we have to multiply this length. So the equation will become K is equal to 2.2 and 2.2 for the pole value 0 and 0. Okay, suppose we have to draw the line SD, and we have to draw this line and we have to find out the vector length. So two poles are located in the same position, so the vector length is same, and the third pole are located at the 4.45, so this vector length is 3.9 upon 2. That means this is the vector length from the SD to 0 point, and the value is 2. Now simplify this equation, we can get the gain K is equal to 9.43. So now our equation will become G of S, GC of S is equal to 9.43 in bracket S plus 1.2 upon S square S plus 45. Okay, so now next we have to find the value of KV. Okay, so KV is equal to limit S tends to 0. Our equation 9.43 in bracket S plus 1.2 upon S square S plus 44.45. Now put S is equal to 0 in this equation, we can get KV is equal to 2.54. Now in the example, in the question, KV is given that KV is equal to greater than equal to 2. So here you can see that we can get KV 2.54 because, so therefore KV is our as per given specification. We can get the KV greater than 2. Okay. So the step number 7, draw the compensator root locus to verify that it is passed from the SD in order to satisfy the transient specification. Okay. So first of all, N is equal to the number of poles is now 3 for the compensator root locus. Number of 0 is equal to 1 because our equation is 9.43 S plus 1.2 upon S square S plus 4.45. Okay, so N minus M is equal to 2. Now we have to find the value of centroid, and the equation of centroid is summation of the real part of the pole. So the summation of the real part is 0, 0 plus 4.45 minus summation of real part of is 0, and the value of the 0 is 1.2 divided by N minus M. So it is 2, and if we simplify this equation, we can get the value of centroid is equal to minus 1.6. Now we have to find the value of angle of asymptote, and the equation of the asymptote is plus or minus 2k plus 1 or the 2x plus 1 into 180 divided by n minus m. Put the value of the k in this equation and n minus m, we can get the angle of asymptote is equal to plus or minus 90 degree and plus or minus 270 degree. Okay, so this is the uncompensated root locus. To verify, it is passed from the SD point or not. Okay, so using the compensator, we can modify our output, or we can modify the stability of the system. Thank you everyone. If anyone have doubt, then contact me in this mail ID.